What if I told you that love isn't something you chase, it's something you attract effortlessly? That the love you desire, whether it's a soulmate, a deeper connection with a partner, or even self-love, is already within your grasp. Most people spend their lives searching for love, hoping to find it in another person, in the right timing, or in the perfect circumstance. But what if I told you that love is not found? It is manifested. If you don't find it, it is like, oh, it is Neville Goddard, one of the greatest teachers of manifestation, revealed a simple but powerful truth. You do not need to go out and look for love, because love is already within you. Your assumptions, your beliefs, and your inner conversations are shaping your romantic reality right now. Whether you realize it or not, the love you experience, or the lack of it, is a direct reflection of the state you hold within. The best part, the moment you shift your state, the world must follow. In this video, you'll discover Neville's most powerful technique to manifest love instantly. This isn't about wishful thinking, hoping, or waiting for someone to magically appear. This is about stepping into the reality where love is already yours and watching as your world transformed to reflect that truth. Whether you're single and longing for love, hoping to reignite a connection, or simply want to feel an abundance of love in your life, this technique will shift your entire experience. By the end of this video, you will understand why manifestation isn't about forcing things to happen. It's about becoming the version of you who already has what you want. You'll learn how to apply Neville's method with precision, how to avoid the common mistakes that block love from manifesting, and how to fully embody the state of being loved. And the best part? You won't need months or years to see results. Love is not something you wait for, it's something you claim now. Imagine for a moment, what if, in just a few days, everything changed? What if the energy of love surrounded you so completely that people were drawn to you effortlessly? What if your current reality shifted so dramatically that love showed up in ways you never expected? This is not fantasy. This is the power of assumption, and today you're going to learn exactly how to use it. So, if you're ready to step into a new reality where love flows to you naturally, stay with me until the end. And before we dive in, take a moment to subscribe to Gritvation and turn on notifications so you never miss a powerful manifestation lesson. If you're serious about changing your life, if you're ready to make love your dominant state, then let's begin. Before we talk about how to manifest love instantly, we need to understand a fundamental truth. Love is not something outside of you. It is not something you need to chase, earn, or prove yourself worthy of. Love is a state of being. And Neville Goddard's core teaching on manifestation makes it clear. Whatever you assume to be true will become your reality. If you believe love is difficult, fleeting, or something you have to fight for, then that is exactly what your world will reflect back to you. But if you assume that you are already loved, that love flows to you effortlessly, and that you are the embodiment of love itself, then the world must shift to confirm that assumption. Neville taught that reality is not fixed, it is a direct reflection of our inner world. The relationships we attract, the love we experience, and even the way people treat us all stem from the assumptions we hold within. The law of assumption states that what we believe to be true with feeling and conviction must externalize in our world. It does not matter what your current situation looks like. If you are single, heartbroken, or feeling unappreciated, your external reality is simply a mirror of past assumptions. The good news? You can change everything the moment you shift the assumption you hold about love. Most people believe that love is something they must go out and get. They think they need to be more attractive, say the right things, or be in the right place at the right time. But Neville was clear. Love is not something you acquire, it is something you embody. The moment you begin to live from the state of already being loved, you shift into a new reality where love must find you, and it will. Think about it this way. If someone truly believes they are lovable, if they walk through life feeling cherished, adored, and appreciated, how will the world respond to them? People will naturally gravitate toward them. They will radiate an energy that draws love in. They will see proof of love everywhere. Strangers will smile, conversations will flow effortlessly, and opportunities for deep connections will appear. Why? Because their assumption is that they are loved, and so their world reflects that truth. On the other hand, if someone assumes they are unloved, if they carry thoughts of rejection, loneliness, or unworthiness, their world must reflect that too. They will see evidence of it everywhere. People may ignore them, relationships may feel difficult, and love may always seem just out of reach. Not because love is scarce, but because they are living from the state of not having it. Neville's teaching makes it clear we do not attract what we want, we attract who we are being. This is why the law of assumption is so powerful. When you assume a new identity, the identity of someone who is already deeply loved, the universe has no choice but to conform to that new belief. You no longer have to try to make love happen. Instead, love is drawn to you effortlessly. Neville often used the phrase, living in the end. This means assuming that your desire is already fulfilled and feeling as if it is true now, not tomorrow, not when circumstances change, not when you meet the right person, now. This is the key to manifestation. You must first become the person who already has what you want. If you desire love, you must think, feel, and act as though you are already in a loving relationship. So how do you do this? It starts with inner conversations. Every day you are talking to yourself, whether you realize it or not. Your mind is constantly running stories about who you are, what you deserve, and what is possible for you. These inner conversations shape your reality. If your inner dialogue is filled with thoughts like, why is love so hard? Why do people always leave? I'm not good enough. Then you are reinforcing an assumption of lack. But if you begin shifting these inner conversations to reflect your desired state, everything changes. Instead of asking, why doesn't anyone love me? You assume the feeling of already being loved. You say to yourself, I am surrounded by love. Love flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. I am cherished, adored, and deeply valued. The key is to not just say the words, but to feel the truth of them. Your subconscious does not respond to empty affirmations. It responds to the feelings behind them. Neville also taught the importance of visualization. This is where you imagine yourself already experiencing your desired reality. If you want love, close your eyes and see yourself being loved. Feel the warmth of it. Hear the words spoken to you. See the moments of connection unfolding effortlessly. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between imagination and reality. When you impress a new assumption deeply enough, your subconscious accepts it as truth, and then the external world must shift to match it. Perhaps the most important lesson Neville taught is this: you do not need to manipulate circumstances. You do not need to chase, beg, or force love to come into your life. You only need to shift your state. When you embody the feeling of already being loved, love must appear. This is not a matter of chance. It is law. Many people struggle with this because they are waiting for their external world to change before they change their inner state. They want proof first. But that is not how manifestation works. Neville made it clear: assume first, and the world will follow. You must claim your new reality internally before you see it externally. If you are waiting for someone else to show up and make you feel loved, you are operating from lack. But if you choose to feel loved now, Before anything changes, you shift into the reality where love is inevitable. One of Neville's students once shared a powerful story about manifesting love. She had spent years longing for the perfect relationship, but kept encountering disappointment. Then, after studying Neville's teachings, she made one decision. She would stop looking for love and start assuming she was already loved. Every night before bed, she imagined being in a happy, fulfilling relationship. She whispered words of love to herself as if they were coming from a partner. She fully embraced the feeling of already having what she desired. Within weeks, her reality changed. Out of nowhere, she met someone who reflected everything she had imagined. The connection was effortless. It felt as if they had always known each other, and most importantly, she realized that love had not come because she went out searching for it. It came because she became the version of herself who already had it. This is how powerful the law of assumption is. It overrides circumstances, past experiences, and even what seems possible. The only thing that matters is the state you live in. If you assume you are loved, then love must appear. If you assume relationships are easy and fulfilling, then that is what you will experience. The universe does not discriminate. It simply reflects back to you whatever you persistently assume. So now ask yourself, what are you assuming about love? Are you living in the end, feeling as though your desire is already yours? Or are you still stuck in the belief that love is hard to find? The good news is you can change your assumption at any moment, and the moment you do, your world will change with it. Valentine's Day is more than just a celebration of love. It is a day charged with an incredible amount of collective energy. Everywhere you look, love is being acknowledged, spoken about, and celebrated. It fills the atmosphere, making this the perfect time to harness that energy and direct it toward your own manifestation. Neville Goddard taught that manifestation is not about effort, but about assumption. And on a day like this, when love is the focus of so many minds and hearts, shifting into the state of already being loved becomes even easier. Emotions are magnified, and whatever you assume on this day has an even greater impact on your subconscious mind. This is the best time to impress upon your subconscious the belief that love is already yours. The first step is clarity. Most people struggle to manifest love because they are unclear about what they truly want. They send mixed signals to their subconscious, and as a result, they receive mixed results. Neville always emphasized the importance of defining your desire in a clear, simple way. So, ask yourself, what is your ideal love experience? Not who, not when, not how, just the feeling. Write it down in a single, powerful statement. Something like, I am in a happy, loving relationship. Or, I feel cherished, adored, and deeply loved. The key is to focus on the experience, not on a specific person. Love is not something you chase after. It is something you embody. Once you have defined your love experience, the next step is to live in the end. This is Neville's most powerful teaching. You must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled now, not tomorrow, not when circumstances change, right now. The version of you who is already in love exists. Your only job is to step into that reality mentally and emotionally. How would you feel if your love wish were already fulfilled? How would you carry yourself? What thoughts would you have? What would your inner world look like? This is not about pretending. It is about fully immersing yourself in the feeling of already having what you desire. Most people wait for external proof before they allow themselves to feel loved. But Neville taught that the external world is just a reflection of the internal state. If you continue to feel lonely, unloved, or doubtful, then that is the reality you will see. But the moment you shift into the assumption of already being loved, The world must mirror that. Love is not something outside of you. It is something you generate within. A powerful way to reinforce this assumption is through inner conversations. Your thoughts create your world, and the way you speak to yourself dictates what you experience. Right now, what are your inner conversations about love? Are you telling yourself that love is hard to find? That you are always overlooked? That relationships never work out? If so, you are unconsciously affirming a reality of lack. Neville was clear. Change your inner conversations, and you change your life. Instead of dwelling on thoughts of absence, shift to thoughts of fulfillment. Start speaking to yourself as someone who is already loved. Throughout the day, repeat statements like, I am so grateful for the love in my life. My partner adores and cherishes me. Love flows to me effortlessly. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. It only knows what you repeatedly tell it. If you persist in these new inner conversations, your subconscious will accept them as truth, and your external world will follow. One of Neville's most powerful techniques for impressing the subconscious is the SATS method. State akin to sleep. This is the time, right before you fall asleep, when your mind is in a deeply receptive state. It is in this drowsy, relaxed state that your subconscious is most open to suggestion. This is when you plant the seeds of your new reality. To use the SATS method for manifesting love, create a simple scene in your mind that implies your wish is already fulfilled. It does not need to be complicated, just a short, powerful moment that captures the essence of being loved. It could be feeling your partner's embrace, hearing them say, I love you, or simply holding their hand. The key is to make it real. Feel the warmth, hear the words, immerse yourself in the experience, and then, as you drift into sleep, carry that feeling with you. When done consistently, this technique reprograms the subconscious mind, and before long, your reality begins to shift. Now, once you have done the inner work, the final step is to detach and trust the process. Desperation repels love. Doubt delays manifestation. The more you look for signs, the more you affirm that what you want is missing. But when you step into a state of calm confidence, when you trust that your assumption will harden into fact, love flows effortlessly. Neville often reminded his students that it is not their job to figure out how things will happen. The how is irrelevant. Your only job is to assume it is already done. When you plant a seed, you do not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. You trust the process, knowing that the seed will sprout in its own time. Manifestation works the same way. Once you have assumed your wish fulfilled, your reality must conform. There are countless real-life success stories of people who have manifested love using Neville's techniques. Some found their soulmate seemingly out of nowhere. Others rekindled relationships that had once seemed lost. And many experienced a complete transformation in their self-worth and the way they were treated by others. The common thread in all of these stories? A commitment to the assumption of already being loved. One woman shared that she had been single for years, always feeling like love was out of reach. But after discovering Neville's teachings, she decided to fully embody the state of already being in a loving relationship. Every night, she visualized holding hands with her ideal partner. She changed her inner conversations to reflect love and appreciation. And within months, she met someone who matched everything she had imagined. She did not chase love. It came to her effortlessly. But while these techniques are powerful, there are also common mistakes that can block love manifestation. One of the biggest mistakes is focusing on lack instead of abundance. If you constantly notice the absence of love, you reinforce that state. Instead, shift your focus to all the love that already exists in your life, friends, family, even the love you have for yourself. Gratitude amplifies manifestation. Another mistake is doubting the process and looking for signs. If you keep checking the external world for proof, you are affirming that your desire is not yet real. Instead of waiting for evidence, create the feeling within. Assume it is done and let the universe take care of the rest. The final mistake is trying to force love instead of embodying it. Manifestation is not about making something happen. It is about becoming the version of yourself who already has it. The moment you step into that reality, the external world must shift to reflect it. So now, ask yourself, what are you assuming about love? Are you embodying the state of already being loved? Or are you still living in the state of longing and waiting? The good news is, you can change your assumption at any moment. And when you do, love must appear. Love is not something you wait for, it is something you assume, embody, and experience from within. We have explored Neville Goddard's most powerful techniques for manifesting love, from living in the end to inner conversations, the SATS method, and the power of detachment. The truth is, love is already yours the moment you claim it. You do not need to chase it, force it, or look for signs. Simply assume that you are already loved, and your world will reshape itself to match that assumption. Start today. Choose to step into the version of yourself who is already deeply loved. Feel it, believe it, and persist in that state. The moment you do, reality has no choice but to conform. And when it does, you'll realize that love was never outside of you. It was within you all along. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these techniques are you going to apply first? Share your experiences in the comments below. And if you're ready to manifest love instantly, don't wait. Like this video, subscribe to Gritvation, and step into your new reality today.